Right. Let's move to China. The Prime Minister gave an interview recently, and in the backdrop of that interview, when can we expect a forward movement on the situation in Eastern Ladakh?
Look, I think we would hope that there's a resolution of the remaining issues out there. These issues mainly pertain to patrolling rights and patrolling abilities out there. I would not link it with the Prime Minister's interview per se. I think Prime Minister was giving a big picture viewpoint, and his big picture viewpoint was a very reasonable viewpoint, which is, after all, as neighbours, every country wants good relations with its neighbours. But today our relations with China are not normal because peace and tranquility in the border areas has been disturbed. So he was expressing the hope that the Chinese side should realize that the present situation is not in its own interest. It's something I have said also repeatedly and publicly, and we continue to, this diplomacy is patient work, so we continue to discuss it with the Chinese side, and I would say that we need to resolve those issues if the relationship is to come back to normal.
Right. So, what kind of relationship do we want with China? I mean, is there some lack of clarity maybe on what the relationship should be? Because we have said very clearly that unless there is normality at the border, the relations will not become normal. But at the same time, the trade appears to be normal. It is growing with China. So how do we reconcile trade, diplomacy, and our overall relations?
Oh, you see, what has happened is, I think it's common sense that if the border, there's no peace and tranquility in the border, how can you have a normal relationship? After all, if somebody is at your front door in an unfriendly manner, I mean, you're not going to go out there and act as though everything is normal. So that's to me a straightforward proposition. When you talk about trade, I think what has happened is, in many ways, the fact that we actually neglected manufacturing in this country, that in many ways we didn't give the kind of support to our manufacturers, especially our small and medium enterprises. In fact, when Make in India started, you had people who even laughed at it. I mean, even now there are people like Rahul Gandhi who believe that we are incapable of manufacturing in this country. And there are some economists who also have that kind of view. So the fact that our manufacturing fell behind, I think, has created many of the problems that today we are experiencing. The way to do, you cannot get an immediate fix, but what you can do, which we have been trying to do, is actually to boost manufacturing. How are we trying to do it? One, by rapidly modernizing infrastructure, making it as efficient as possible, because without efficient infrastructure, you're not going to get competitive manufacturing. Number two, making it easier to do business. That, in the, 10 years ago, how environment was used as an argument actually to make business very difficult in this country. We have also been very much more supportive of our own enterprises when there is dumping of goods, unlike in the past where actually they were left to the mercy of a subsidized producer outside the country. So these are all ways by which we think, and then we have this production linked incentive scheme in different sectors. We give incentives to produce more in this country. We also think if we attract more foreign investment and more foreign technology, so areas like semiconductors, etc., we will be able to, for example, make chips ourselves. Whereas, till now we are importing chips. If there's a shortage of chips somewhere else or somebody doesn't supply, our auto industry suffers. So I think this is hard work. We are at it. We have made some progress. I think we need clearly at least another term to make up a lot for the lost ground.